In Maxwell Hiatus Day 2 Epstein Wake Echo and UN Spin on Rapes, by Matthew Russell Lee, author on Patreon. Song ruling BBC, Decrypt, Light Read, Radio, Podcast. SDNY Courthouse, December 14. It was day 2 of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial hiatus and the courthouse was like a ghost town. No lineup outside 40 Foley Square, and free run inside for Kurt Wheelock. He went to the change of plea of a meth transporter brought in from El Paso. Despite the man cooperating with the government, he was ordered immediately detained, and shackled right in front of his mother, the only person in the gallery other than Kurt. The sellout to Epstein and now perhaps Maxwell was not the only sadness in the court, but it echoed loudly, and Kurt gave in and went with it. He remembered not only Epstein's arraignment and denial of bond, like Maxwell's, but also his posthumous wake, which for Maxwell had yet to happen. Judge Richard M. Berman had scheduled a nolo prosequi proceeding informed by the Crime Victims' Rights Act, the statute ignored by dodging Epstein's sleazy disposition in 2007 to 2008 down in Florida. That morning that was an opinion piece in the New York Law School by a professor of Curtin Knight Law School at Fordham. David Boies had both mocked it as poisoned by conflict of interest, not without irony given Boies' work not only for Theranos Elizabeth Holmes but also Harvey Weinstein. Such sleaze was one of the reasons the Kurt practiced little. At Judge Berman's wake there were many Jane Does. Some known like Jane Doe 43 who sued not only Epstein but also Sarah Kellen, now the wife of a NASCAR driver, but also Leslie Groff and Natelyn Malishev. That case had been dismissed with prejudice, settled without the terms being in the record, but many at the wake, held on August 27, 2019, had been on the record. First Courtney Wild, then Shanti Davis and later her sister Teal. Annie Farmer had spoken explicitly on behalf of his sister Maria. There was Anouska Debiordu and Michelle Licata, Teresa Hellman, marriage Chartani. Here was Jennifer Rotz and of course Virginia Roberts Giuffre, who relentless held a mirror up to Maxwell, and also to Prince Andrew. Kurt had been in the courtroom, scared them to try to use his phone. The testimony had washed over him and the media comments outside on Foley Square, as some got into black cars and some talked to the subway. It was not known then that Maxwell would be indicted and arrested, or that, at least for now, they would try to stop it there. Would they drill further down, to Sarah Kellen et al., or would they, as Justice cried out for, go higher, to the Prince and yes, the UN Secretary General? Kurt tweeted the idea, and the UN's response that day was to hand spin about its rapes to the correspondents it let in, none of whom asking anything. Kurt ordered and put online the video. Some got it, and some didn't. The hiatus couldn't be forever. #Maxwell. And so it continued. Click here for Patreon and more. 2D. Note: on October 29, 2021 and again on November 12, Ghislaine Maxwell and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York filed a flurry of motions in limine, heavily redacted. The government argued that trial exhibits are not public and will be withheld. Inner City Press opposed and opposes the continued secrecy. Inner City Press will cover the trial, and all that comes before and after it. Court case cast and Song I, Song 2, Song 3, 5th Song and now November 27th Song. The underlying case is U.S. v. Maxwell, 20 CR 330. Nathan. To find out more, please follow the links on screen and in the description. Together, let's make sure justice is served.